You ready?
Hell yeah.
It will kill. Jay Nielsen's War Scythe.
I'm Trevor Jenkinson. I'm 18 years old. I like bladesmithing because it lets me create something that wouldn't have been in the world without me. Halloween is terrifying. I am scared to death.
This War Scythe is a menacing variation on a centuries-old peasant's weapon from Middle-Age Europe. Ready for battle at a moment's notice, farmers would take their scythes from work to war during uprisings, riots, or calls to battle. This weapon uses a long shaft to generate massive power to cut down enemies, while its lethal sharp point could be thrust into infantry and cavalry. This multifaceted scythe features a fork opposite the blade as a brutal piercing element, and a small blade at the bottom of the pole to finish off an opponent. Scythes are represented in pop culture as sinister and ominous weapons symbolizing death, and is most notoriously wielded by the Grim Reaper. The 1796 British Light Cavalry Sabre.
My name is Boyd Ritter. I'm a mechanical engineer from White Rock, New Mexico. At home, my son likes to come in and do the Will Willis countdown every time he's tired of me being in the garage by myself. I'm really excited about Christmas, and hopefully I get a really good Christmas present at $10,000.
The 1796 English light cavalry sword was first used by British dragoons in the Napoleonic Wars. Unlike the subtly bowed French cavalry sabers of the era, the English version had a deep curve whose width increased as it reached the tip. Although this design weakened the blade's thrusting capabilities, it made every slash heavier and more brutal. Designed to inflict maximum damage during large melees on the battlefield, the saber had the ability to remove heads and limbs with a single stroke. The light cavalry sword is the weapon of the traditional wooden Christmas nutcracker and can be seen at the iconic soldier's side in the latest film adaptation of the Tchaikovsky Nutcracker Ballet, The Nutcracker in the Four Realms.
The War Scythe is kind of weird. It's like a sword that's put on a pickaxe almost. The only steel that I have for a project this big is 5160 from a leaf spring. I got really excited about the Halloween episode, so I tried to decorate around the forge a little bit. The power went out. This whole challenge with the War Scythe has been bad luck. I'm really not gonna be able to use my mill or my grinder or any of that, but I'm gonna do as much work as I can. It's gonna be a little bit more challenging than it would be if the storm hadn't come through. It's kind of like working in the rainforest right now. I'm about to go into the quench, just hoping everything stays straight. I don't really have enough time to redo this entire blade again. No warps, good deal. With the power off, I got all the forging that I can do done. The power came back on, but right now I just want to get that smaller blade heat treated, to work on the bigger blade, and then get into making the handle. Everything looks pretty straight. The next step right now is going to be heat treating the forks, and then I'll finish everything up and make it look real nice. Everything's fitting really well. I'm going to move on to the detail work.
My overall plan right now is I'm doing a Damascus blade out of W2 and 15N20. Okay, got all my seams closed. I'm gonna bring it up to temperature. I start drawing out my billet. Everything on the power hammer is working excellent. So with the time I have left, I'm gonna get it cut, stacked, and I'll weld it up tomorrow. I got my steel all blocked up, ready to go. I think I see cracks. Last one cracked all the way down to about the center of that billet. There's no recovering from that. They're just junk. I have to start plan B. We're starting over. We're gonna go mono steel with the 5160. The plus side is my bar is drawn out a lot further than it was. I've lost half my day messing around with this Damascus, not to mention yesterday. We're just gonna go all out and move as fast as we can, see if we can catch up.
I need to concentrate a lot on the blade.
I mean, ultimately, this is a really light weapon. It needs to stay a light weapon.
I do have a lot to get done and a short amount of time. Luckily, I have my own personal Will Willis here. So at some point today, I will get a countdown and let me know when all of this is done. I'm gonna put Christmas on this handle. I think it's cool.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Shut down because this function is over.
Good job, buddy.
our very own dealer of death, the doer of deadly deeds, the kill test master, Doug Marcaida.
Trick or treat.
Treat.
Indeed. All right, Trevor, the tip alone penetrates deeply into the gut, and the edges here are sharp enough to, well, make it lose its head. Overall, sir, it will kill.
Thank you, sir.
All right, Boyd, were you naughty or nice? Because it's your turn.
I don't know. We'll see.
All right, Boyd, you nailed the weight. This proves that a light, sharp blade is just as deadly as a heavier sword. Overall, sir, your nutcracker saber will kill. Thanks.
All right, Smiths, welcome to the strength test, the dreaded coffin challenge. I'm gonna take the bones and beat them repeatedly into the blade of your scythe. How you feeling, Trevor?
Pretty good right now.
Good? We'll see how you feel in a minute. Nice job, Trevor. Held up well. Your edge is still good, nice and sharp. Everything's still tight. Good job.
Thank you.
All right, Boyd, you ready?
I don't know.
All right, so, Boyd, now, your blade's still sharp. It still has a perfect edge. Didn't take any damage that way. But we did pick up a bit of a warp towards the tip. I mean, it's definitely an issue. It's not so far out that it wouldn't cut. Everything else is still tight and together. Good job.
Yes, sir. All right, bladesmiths. This is the sharpest test, the zombie surprise. To test the edge of your weapon, I'm going to take your scythe and cut through this rope, thereby releasing a surprise.
All right.
All right, Trevor, your turn. So you ready?
Hell yeah.
All right, Trevor, the edge that you have here lends itself to cut the rope much easier. When you're puncturing, it starts to cut all the way through. Overall, sir, it will cut.
Thank you.
All right, Boyd, it's your turn. Are you ready to do some Christmas tree trimming?
You bet.
All right, let's do this. All right, Boyd. So your edge is sharp, and the weight that you have for this, I didn't have to reset for every cut that I did. I just go up, and cut. Overall, sir, it'll cut. Thanks.
Forged in Fire, War of Weapons.